Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, we're thrilled you've chosen to join us today for the kickoff of our Smart Manufacturing Summit 2021. We were looking forward to seeing you all in Chicago back in September, but that clearly wasn't meant to be. So even though we're not together face-to-face, enjoying the Windy City, I hope you've got a cup of coffee in hand and that you've settled into a comfortable place, ready for a great couple of hours with CESMII, the Smart Manufacturing Institute. I'm completely confident that this will be a high value and productive use of your time. As much as we all appreciate the vast amount of content we can find online 24 hours a day, it's increasingly hard to find content that you can trust, especially in this world of smart manufacturing. The level of noise in this space is extraordinary, and while we can assume that some of it's going to be useful, I generally find that the unhelpful content vastly outweighs the helpful content. My goal in these brief introductory comments is to give you a high-level overview of what you can expect from us over the course of the event. I'm proud to say that we've prepared some great content for you, which we'll share with you over the course of 4 days. We've assembled some of the brightest minds in the world to share with you their experience, their learnings, their guidance as it pertains to smart manufacturing. And no one is here to sell you on anything, except on the idea that you might want to consider joining what I believe is the most knowledgeable, experienced, and of course, the most innovative smart manufacturing community in the country, and maybe the world. A community that actually believes that we can make a dent in the smart manufacturing universe. That smart manufacturing tomorrow will look better than it does today. That smart manufacturing can actually have a measurable impact on the grand challenges of our time, like decarbonization, like climate change, like sustainable manufacturing. And that our efforts here to democratize smart manufacturing will actually contribute to the creation of a more productive and competitive manufacturing environment here in the US. It's this community, along with their insights and strategies, that we get to share with you throughout the course of this event. So let me give you a quick run through of what these 4 days will look like. First, logistically, each day begins at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific, and ends at around 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. And in the middle, we've added a 30 or a 60-minute break for your convenience. The overarching theme for our Smart Manufacturing Summit 2021 is the idea that we're accelerating the smart manufacturing journey for all manufacturers. And we've accentuated the all there, underscoring the intentionality of our efforts to ensure that our strategies and our investments include small and medium manufacturers as well. Let me be candid for just a moment. Despite the fact that a lot of organizations like to talk about their focus on small and medium manufacturing, not much has been done to actually make smart manufacturing affordable to them. They are truly an underserved market segment. But in this case, it's about a business model aimed at those that can afford it, which happens to be the Fortune 1000. As it turns out, the same complexities that have made deploying manufacturing systems a challenge for large enterprises have made it all but impossible for small and medium enterprises to afford them. So, what you're going to hear from us over the next few days is about how our efforts here will enable value creation for all manufacturers. From the opening keynote to the case studies and smart manufacturing implementations to the announcements we'll make about new partnerships that will accelerate our ability to innovate, to the final workshops at the end of day 4, you'll see explicit examples of the following smart manufacturing imperatives. You'll see for the very first time how we're dramatically reducing the cost and complexity and time to value of your manufacturing systems implementations. How we're equipping small and medium manufacturers to jumpstart their smart manufacturing journey. The importance of interoperability and how we can eliminate data silos and pilot purgatory through standards and vendor-agnostic technology foundations. Fourth is our investments to educate and upskill your workforce and talent pipeline with smart manufacturing knowledge. And last but not least, how we're bringing the best of industry together to innovate in a much more collaborative way to solve complex industry challenges across OT and IT. Challenges like decarbonization, supply chain agility, etc. And here's what this will look like over the course of these 4 days. Smart Manufacturing Summit Kickoff is the overview I'm providing for you here today. Shortly after I finish, we'll hear from the Department of Energy and their perspective on investing in smart manufacturing from a federal perspective. An industry keynote from Procter & Gamble on the unlocking the strategic value of smart manufacturing. Then we'll hear from 12 industry leaders, each briefly sharing their pithy smart manufacturing guidance, experience, and insights from the perspective of a manufacturer, of several solution providers, systems integrators, and of course, academia. Then I'll share with you my vision for manufacturing leadership on a global stage as the CESMII keynote. We'll hear from Haresh Malkani, Sudarshan Rashuri, and Howard Grimes, the CEO of CESMII, on the power of a national ecosystem at work. And finally, for day one here, a manufacturer's perspective on smart manufacturing and CESMII's role in supporting them. Ken Creasy is both an executive from Johnson & Johnson, and he's the chairman of our board, and he will share that from his perspective. Day two starts with a great overview of our new network of smart manufacturing innovation centers and how they're relevant to you as our membership, our industry. Excuse me. We'll share with you rather how we're solving great challenges with the projects that we've invested in here over the course of the last several years, and how this generates value for you as our membership. This is both from the perspective of technology investments as well as education and workforce development. And closing off day two, this Thursday, is a great session on tackling smart manufacturing skills gap in the workforce together with Conrad Leva and Penn State. A week from today, next Tuesday, November 9th, we'll start the day with a phenomenal panel, which I'm personally excited about, with leaders from the OPC Foundation, the co-founder of MQTT, an executive leader from Industry 4.0 out of Germany, from the VDMA group out of Germany as well, and the leader of MT Connect here in the US, talking about the centrality and the key role of standardized information models as a significant enabler for interoperability for manufacturing systems. I'll follow that up together with the president and CTO of MXD, Frederick Somarello, after which we'll hear from 6 highly experienced and compelling industry leaders on a path to scale AI and machine learning in manufacturing. The last 2 sessions of the day will be 2 very compelling demos where we bring to bear all of the capabilities that we as CESMII and our members have been able to develop over the last several years, and how we can demonstrate for the first time what Industry 4.0 smart manufacturing looks like and how that contrasts and compares with Industry 3.0, the current legacy approach to developing smart manufacturing systems. And then the final session of the day is a DIY smart manufacturing demo showing particularly small and medium manufacturers how to get started with a very modest outlay of cash, not requiring significant capital and not requiring significant domain expertise. So I think this is going to be an exciting couple of demos for the smart manufacturing marketplace. Day 4, Wednesday, November 10th, is essentially dedicated to training. We've got technology training in the first half of the day and business practice training on the second half. There are 2 specific audiences for the technology training. One is the basic getting started with smart manufacturing innovation platform session. And the second course that morning is more aimed at developers, software developers, as a guide to the smart manufacturing innovation platform. The second portion, the second half of the day, is around business practice training, where we'll elaborate on the partnership with SME, our Tooling U partnership, which I'll discuss later on in my keynote as well. We'll take the first step to a smart manufacturing future with an actual workshop focused on small medium manufacturers, and then a really important session around future-proofing and maximizing the value of smart manufacturing solutions. As you can see, an incredible set of topics from a remarkable set of leaders and experts in this domain. Please, as a reminder, please take a few moments to make sure you're RSVP'd for all of these great sessions. And here to officially welcome you to this summit is Kelly Speaks Backman, the Acting Assistant Secretary and Principal Deputy Secretary of the Department of Energy. Kelly, we're honored to partner with you and the broader DOE team here to work on some of these important challenges. Thanks for joining us today.